Hello, my name is Elrika Tutu and my student ID number is 221011060108. Now I will discuss graph theory material about max flow and min cut. There are 6 things that will be discussed this time. For the first is introduction, second literature review, for the third application, and fourth is discussion, and fifth conclusion, and sixth reference. Well, we enter the first discussion, namely the introduction. The maximum min cut theorem is an outstanding mathematical example in the field of network flow optimization. In network flow theory, the maximum min cut theorem is the basis for managing resources efficiently. The maximum flow through the network is equal to the minimum bypass, which is the minimum capacity of each path that can be required to bypass the flow. This theorem can be used in many fields, such as computer science, operation science, and electrical science. However, in the context of network flow, it offers a method to determine the maximum flow that can be achieved in a network. Instead, the minimum cut indicates the amount of research that needs to be blocked to prevent the flow from reaching its destination. The minimum cut is found by looking for a path with the smallest capacity that will cut the flow when it is removed. This theorem is used in many fields, including computer science, to solve problems such as task scheduling, research, allocation optimization, and network routing. Next, there is a literature review. Here I have 3 literature reviews. So the first one is given the duality between max flow and min cut based graphs. The corresponding max flow model, which is twice that of corresponding min cut model over a spatially continuous domain, has not been used in recent developments. On the other hand, the continuous min cut model is treated numerically as a normal optimization problem where the potential features of max flow are not explored. For the second is the classic max flow min cut theorem was proven by Elias, Feinstein, and Shannon in 1965 and independently also by Ford and Fulkerson. This 13th theorem states the maximum amount of flow in the network from source to well is equal to the minimum capacity which, when removed from the network, causes no flow to pass from the source to the well. And for the third, max flow min cut specification, this theorem states that the maximum flow in a flow network is equal to the minimum capacity cut separating the source from the well. Mathematically, this can be expressed as let G equal VNA be a flow network with source S and sink T. Then the maximum flow F star in G is F star equals min parenthesis sum E element delta S C E S subset V S not element of S T not element of S. Enter the third discussion, namely the application. There are 5 points in this application. For the first, generalized max flow min cut theorem. If we define the peak capacity alongside the edge in the flow network. For the second is project selection problem. For the third is image segmentation problem. And for the fourth is Fulkerson or Edmonds-Karp algorithms. To improve on the previous version, which was the first version created to solve the kind of problem, the way of calculating augmentation paths was improved. The procedure is quite simple. After calculating the maximum flow, add all edges of the network. According to Minkow's Maxwell theorem, the nodes accessible from S in the corresponding remaining network elements forming the set A of the chunks we are looking for become the remaining nodes in B and cause the resulting minimum capacity reduction. And for the sixth is practical use case. Discussion. The Maxwell-Minkow's theorem was first introduced by Ford and Fulkerson in 1965 in their important paper Maximum Flow Through a Network, with the collaboration of other relevant mathematicians such as Claude Shannon, who was responsible for the development of information theory. For the first flow network, as you can see in the example above, a flow network is a weight and directional multigraph used to represent an object or structured network system in which a certain amount of research measured in what is called a whole flow needs to be delivered or moved from one or more search points to one of several other nodes called sinks. You can see the capacity depicted on the right side of each edge label, as well as the current flow passing through it, which in this case is 0. We can calculate the above expressions for all corresponding S searches or T seen on the flow network. Then we can obtain the total amount of flows shown on the graph. The flow must meet two main criteria in order to be able to adapt to the network constraints. Limit capacity. The flow that passes the edge must not exceed its capacity. Flow preservation. The total flow that enters each node, or excluding search and sink, must be equal to the total output flow. Mathematically, the current conservation properties are expressed as follows for each node U and its neighboring node, which is represented and grouped by supernodes V and W. Finally, note the possibility that the flow of F1 U and UV and F2 VU lie side by side between two nodes of U and V. Then the decrease of FUV is equal to the increase of F2 VU because of its opposite direction. Remaining grid and the first increase path is the difference between the capacity of a site and its flow at a given time, which is called the residual capacity and is represented as CF run brackets UV equals C run brackets UV minus F run brackets UV. By considering such properties, we can procure and define a particular type of flow network called the residual network. The only difference from the standard network is the redefined capacity for its edges. Here, the search or sink formula as in earlier can be used to calculate the flow achieved through the network. In this case, the 7 units of flow are distributed in 4 plus 6 units out of S, or equal to 4 plus 1 plus 2 units into T. However, if the edges V5 and V1 are in the opposite direction or bidirectional, it is possible to send 2 additional units of flow along the S, V1, V5, V4, V3 T path, which will increase the number of units of flow. For the third is cutting flow network. Cutting flow network cutting occurs when the search node S is in set A and the sink T is on set B separate from the previous set. AB subset V, A intersection B is not equal to CST equals AB, XCST equals UV element E, U element A, V element B equals A multiplied by B intersection E. Groups A and B must have a source and a sink, so it must not be empty. Therefore, there will be edges that run the function of a two-way connection between nodes A and B if the network is connected. For the last part of discussion is the conclusion. Science, this theory is a subject with many applications, especially in the consumption, transportation, and population management system of the world. It will be useful to continue to expand the theory and deepen knowledge of its application. These are some of the journal references that I use in making the paper Maxwell main cut. Thank you.